Hey boys and girls, this is Roy from Eastern Suburbs Football Club on Demand. I know you guys are probably really bored with not having football because you're so used to having it every day of the week or mostly every day of the week. And you're spending lots of time on your PlayStation just virtually playing the game, hopefully. But we are here to provide you with stuff that you can do inside your homes. Like you see, I'm in a garage here with minimal equipment. So I've just got two different kinds of cones, a ball and myself, okay? Today's session is going to be based on different variations of threes, so you can pick and choose the one that you are most comfortable with and then progress to the ones that are harder. And the second one, we're going to progress into a little bit more of dynamic stuff. We're going to move about a little bit of decision making and different types of ball control. You may need the help of someone, but they're not going to be part of the drill with you, but they're just going to be calling out colors, for example. So that's about it. So let's get straight into it. Okay, the first variation, we're going to start with threes. So this is the most basic one for the ones that find threes really hard and struggling to do threes. You should know what threes are by now. It's the simple juggling that we do with the alternate foot. So you go 1, 2, and 3, and then you go to the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if you see distinctively, my third touch is always above my head or slightly longer or higher up as compared to the other ones, and then I go to my opposite foot. But to break it down, we're going to go alternating foot, but really concentrating on the details of what the threes look like. So I'll take you through that and what your first progression is going to look like. So you go 1, then bounce, and you go to your opposite foot. Good. So I'm going to show you the same thing from the side on, so you see what my foot position looks like as well. Okay, so for the ones that really struggle with threes or just doing juggling as normal, they're very different to juggling. So like I said, you've got to concentrate on the details. Make sure that your toe is pointing out and you're making contact with the ball really high up. So it's not down here. These are not threes. You notice the ball spins too much. You've got to make contact higher up, so the ball has no spin on it. So the first progression was you're going to have a bounce in the middle, really concentrating on the details. So you go 1, but focus on what your foot position looks like. And if I go side on, making contact with it higher up with a straight leg. So you go alternate foot with a bounce in the middle, and you find that too easy, you start getting comfortable with that, you've got to progress to progression number 2, which I will show you right now. So you go with threes, but this time you have a bounce every 3 touches. So if I start with my right foot, I go left foot, and then right foot slightly higher up, and then I bounce, and I go left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. So I hope you saw that. So if I start with my right, I go right, left, right, above my head, let it bounce, and then I go left, right, and left above my head, and then you keep going to as many variations as you can. So I'll do that again, starting with my right foot. So right, left, above my head, left, right, above my head, and you saw that. So it's really good that we're training in a constrained space, because if I kick it too high, it's going to hit the roof. If I kick it too far off from me, it's going to go and hit some objects that I probably don't want to hit. So it's important that you stay inside the square, have real good ball control. These are your details that you got to focus on. Good ball control, the amount of force you apply to the ball, so you don't want to hit it too hard. It's the right amount of weight on the ball, and it's also focusing on the technique of your threes as well. Okay, so really important things to do. The third one, and this one is proper threes. So if you got comfortable with doing the first 2 variations, we're going to go into variation number 3, which is threes without any bounce. So you just go straight up. So it goes 1, 2. So you saw that my foot wasn't positioned right, the ball came into me. So I want to have my foot positioned right. Do that again. Up, and then you go opposite foot, higher up, opposite foot, higher up. And there you go. So if you saw my foot positioning, my ball wasn't spinning, and I was having the third touch which was going above my head very distinctively. So those are your 3 progressions of 3s. We are into the next lot. So this one, you can use your hands, and I need a little bit of tossing of the ball. So we're going to go into a little bit of dynamic stuff. So you're not going to be just standing inside the square, but you're going to move a little bit inside and outside the square. So it goes with the first one, you will toss the ball, and we go alternating foot. So you will control it, move on the outside of the square, big pass, back in the square. Okay, and then you go to the opposite side. So left foot, outside the square, big pass, and back in the square. Now the details of this again is I'm going to receive it, take my touch outside, like I'm going to pass, and it comes back in the square. So if you see that again, receive, take my touch outside, like I'm going to pass, back in the square. And lift the ball up, receive, outside, I'm going to pass, and back in the square. So the details of that again, it's like when the ball's outside the square, I've shaped up the pass or shoot, and I touch it back into the square. And then we go on to the opposite side. So that was variation number 1 with toss and control. Variation number 2 is you're going to add a little skill. So it's similar, but add a little skill to how we turn back into the square back again. So we add a little Cruyff turn. So let's call it a Cruyff turn. So I toss it, receive, take the picture outside, shape up the shoot, and I'm back in the square. So if I show you that again, toss, receive, outside, and I'm back in the square. And then you repeat the same thing on the other side. So receive, touching the outside, shape up, receive, and you're back in the square. So I hope you got that very, very clearly. You got to keep going over and over and over again, practicing maybe the entire day or 4 times or 5 times a day till you get it bang on. So it should be really, really very precise on what you're doing. And now move to the next one until you have clarity on this one. So progress as you go ahead. You can try the ones that are throughout this video, but focus on the little details that I've been talking about. And the last variation of your session today, you may need your brother or sister or your mom and dad to help you with this, but it's only them calling out a color. So I'm going to have 2 different colors this time, and you don't need cones. If you don't have cones at home, that's fine. You could use 2 different kinds of shoes, you could use 2 different kinds of objects. So like I'm going to place 2 greens here. So I have an orange and a green, and I'm going to need someone to call out an orange or a green for me. So while I toss the ball, my partner or whoever is with you is going to call out a color. So it's going to be orange or green. I've got to control the ball into that gate. So I'm going to go through my demonstration now. So I'll toss the ball.
Green.
And it was green, so I'm back into the square. So I'll do that again.
Green.
Green, and I'm back into the square. Now again, you've got to receive, be aware of which color has been called and which side the color is. So you're also listening, but you're also gauging and you're also scanning everywhere as to which side I've got to get to. And now, if it were orange, I've gone out. Remember what we did with our skill? That detail is important where you shape up to pass it, but you're back into the square. And you lift it up, receive, screen, receive, and back in. You could add in whatever skill you like in there as well. So I receive, if I want to do the Cruyff turn, and I'm back in. But little details of really controlling the ball well, the amount of pressure you put on the ball, the amount of weight you have in the ball so it's not going all over the place. Your touch has got to be real delicate, and also being aware of which side you've got to get on. So I hope you really enjoy this session. I hope you stay within your homes and we're providing as much as we can so that you are staying occupied and you're on the top of your game when you come back in the season and you're not slacking off. So stay healthy, stay safe, and have as much fun as you can with this one. All the best.